I can't raise this. Hey, everybody. Nice to see everybody today. It's Tuesday night, 6 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern. I'm in Florida these 2 weeks, and it's raining, sloppy, and very humid. So I hope everybody's doing good out there in Fishhook Land. We've had a really great week so far. I got part of the week. I've been here since Thursday night. I got it at midnight. So glad to have who's on board. Brody, how you doing, buddy? All the way from Gainesville, Florida. Nice to meet you, man. Nice to have you. Well, we got a good session tonight. Oh, I've just been running today. Started my day early today, like 5 o'clock, to go fishing. But first, before I say that, I'm so happy for people that are joining tonight. If you guys do want to chat, I would ask you just hold any questions you have toward the end of the broadcast. I'll let you know when. I don't know how long it'll last tonight, but each session is different. But if you could do that, then at least I can get through my stuff, the topics I want to talk to you guys about, and then I want to address any questions. Mr. Robert Porter, how you doing? Look at all my buddies, Mr. W. Dunderdog. Good evening. Yeah, from Atlanta. Way to go. And Robert Porter, I believe you're from Knoxville. Forgive me, guys, if I forget, but Brody, nice. You're eating fish sticks, are you? All right, very good. Man, I got my freezer is ridiculous. I have a deep freezer by home in Tennessee that's chock full. I got another refrigerator with a bottom freezer that is jammed with walleye and pike and all that in Tennessee. And then here in Florida, obviously, I got all my saltwater fish. So needless to say, it's nuts. I'm trying to eat as much as I can and make dishes. We're making a lot of creations. We have a lot of things coming up. Right now, the weather is pretty crappy right now. Raining quite a bit, but it's getting up in the 80s over here. Man, I leave Tennessee 38 in the morning. I love it. I love the change of seasons. Fall is my favorite time of year. If I lived in a perfect world, I like 4 distinct seasons, but we all know that doesn't happen. Maybe something in the Garden of Eden did, but it doesn't happen here on planet Earth. I can tell you that. But at least as far as Tennessee goes, when we get a fall, we start, and it's really beautiful. We go immediately from hot to cold. We don't get a beautiful, long, drawn-out fall. No, that doesn't happen. We might get a week or two. We get really, tantalized with that. Say, wow, it's going to be great. And then, bam, it's 20 degrees. It's 30 degrees. Heat pumps they're going nuts, and gas is going through the roof. So this is the time of season, but I know ice fishing's coming up. Cold weather is on the horizon. I love it. I'm originally from New York. I'm used to it, and I just like my seasons. I like spring, summer, and winter the best. I really don't get a good fall anywhere. I don't get it. It's just nasty cold. So that's the way it is. But here it's pretty nice. Here they get moderate weather. We were fishing this morning. As I was saying earlier, I set my alarm for 5:10. From Pinellas, Bob Williams. Nice to have you, man. Bob? Yeah, that's my buddy I was fishing with. I was fishing with this morning, man. Well, I'll tell you, if anybody watched us, they would say we were beginners at fishing. It was ridiculous this morning. We all met at 6:30 up in one of the state parks called Anclote State Park. We met at 6:30. By 7, we were in the water after we got all our garb on. And it looked good. We're following, and you'll see this, but if you really want to get good in the world of fishing, you got to do a little bit of homework, and you got to be willing to move around. There's 2 things. First, you do your homework, and second, you got to find fish. They're not going to come to you I know that might be a shock to some people, but they're not going to come to you. And as we said today, the wars, every manufacturer, every advertisement in the world of fishing is wants your dollars. Okay? They don't want you, they want your dollars. The boat manufacturers want your money. So let's understand why the advertisements are what they are. When you see fishing shows, TV shows, a lot of it is so prep. They only show you the good life. Doesn't exist like that. That's not normal fishing. This channel is to first, I want to engage people that have never been introduced to the sport, men and women alike, guys and girls, and the younger crowd, 10, 11-year olds. I want them introduced the correct way, know the truth, know how to approach the water, know what to do when you're on the water or when you're looking at the water. Don't look at the horizon. The horizon won't produce fish. But if you scan the water correctly and you know what to look for and you pay attention to the little details, it's not a lot to learn, but it takes something that all of us lack is patience and concentration. As a kid, and I'm sure I was normal like every other kid. Hurry, 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 hurry! Get to the point, get to the point. And I miss a lot of the good details. Now I want to know the details. Stop and smell the roses. So when you get a little older, you get a little smarter. You slow down, and you want to find out why does this happen. And once you find out the reason, then you know you put yourself in the right position. So, and that all comes with study. So we're doing the salooner tables, and we study the tides. So, like today, for example, that we're talking about this morning, 8:36 to 10:36 was supposed to be a major fishing time on the salooner table, and I put in Palm Harbor, Florida. That's where I'm at. And then the high tide, I think, was 7:30 this morning. I was fishing with my buddy Jerry and Mr. Bob Williams, who I just met. And so it was a very high tide. It was a 2.7, really high, and it was a long tide. But we quit about 10:30, 11 o'clock. When after like 2 or 3 fish were caught, we waited and went out maybe waist deep. Some of us went a little deeper than others, and Bob knows what I mean by that. And we walked quite a bit, but it was very sporadic where we were. That doesn't mean fish weren't hitting. You gotta get the location down, and you gotta get your times down. Once you get the right location with the right time, it's not hard to do. You're limited when you're waiting, so we'll try other areas. But I caught a little blowfish today, and not another hit. It was an off day. Normally we catch quite a bit there, but this to tell you guys. And Brody, you're 11 years old. He's watching tonight. This is the real world of fishing. You never give up and you never write. The whole story doesn't revolve around this. This is just one of the chapters in life of experiences fishing. This happens just as often as you have great days. You're going to have days that are slow, that the fish may be there and they just don't want to eat. Good evening, Ted. Make sure you guys tell us where you're from. And hold your questions to the end of the broadcast because I would love to have interaction with you guys. But that's what it takes on fishing. And I've been doing it for a long time, and I love it. I love it. I love the excitement of buying gear. Come on. You're always going to want to buy it. I've been buying it since I've been 10, 11 years old. I've been buying rods and reels. And I love it. And I have some of my rods and reels for 20, 25 years now. They're in good shape. Don't use them a lot because I keep buying stuff. That's the problem. But it's been awesome fishing. So today was the first real day. I met another fella, Cole. Hopefully he's watching tonight. And he's from Alaska and from here. He does half the year there, and he works on a boat. And I'll be fishing with him hopefully on Thursday and Friday. We're going to try. I want to start now going on the Tampa Bay, and the grouper and the snapper bite is dramatically picking up now. So this is the time of season as the water cools below 80 degrees. They're coming into spawn. Great time to catch trophy groupers, and I want to catch them and big snapper because I want to eat them. I love their meat. Now that brings me to today on the grouper. We are doing DM Gus. How's my buddy from Alaska, Juno, doing? Well, we did a great video, Amy and I, this afternoon. We had a late 4 o'clock lunch. We went to it's a little town here called Ozona. It's nestled on the water. It's all bordered by the water, and it's between Dunedin. It touches Dunedin and it touches Palm Harbor. It is beautiful, old, quaint community. There's a real poor section that's just disheveled, and then you got multi-million-dollar mansions on the water covered by big palm trees and stuff like that. But we went to a restaurant called Ozona Blue. Wow. First time. My wife's lived here all her life, and she never told me about this place. So I said I wanted to go to a good seafood place, do a review for lunch, and I want to do appetizers. Well, I did, and I don't want to say anything else, but I just did that today. I shot it. It was a home run, and I got really good footage of what we ate. And I am telling you, I walked out of that place very impressed. Very impressed. Takes a lot to impress me when it comes to food. There's so many joints out there that, you could talk the talk, but I want to see you walk the walk. Let me see the product. Like that expression, show me the money. Show me. I want to see where's the beef. That's what I'm looking for. So when I see it, then I can give you an honest evaluation. Today was excellent. This afternoon was fabulous. The layout was great. So that's coming up in a video here in the next week or two. Well, November's a great month, and we're moving into Thanksgiving, probably the most special holiday of the entire year next to Christmas, for me anyhow. And I love it because it's a family holiday, and families all tend to come in from all over, so we can all go around the table and really be thankful. My buddy DM lives in Alaska, Juneau, Alaska. I bet you 99.5% of everybody I talk to tonight never been to Alaska, and it's extremely the most northwesterly point of the United States on the other side of British Columbia. I've lived there for 4 years, had my middle girl there. And it's part of the good old USA, protected by our wonderful country. So Thanksgiving is really important to me that everybody can come together under one flag, one nation under God, indivisible. And it's awesome. And we can enjoy turkey and all the other good stuff that happens. So I love Thanksgiving. So we are now working on videos for Thanksgiving in the world of seafood, for appetizers for Thanksgiving, and going into the holidays and main courses. So I think you guys are going to be impressed. We've already got a couple of them up. We're editing them now. So we've got quite a bit in the wheelhouse, quite a bit now. So I hope you guys are going to be waiting for that, and I hope you guys like it. The theme of healthy videos, as I've been telling you, we are still doing that. I'm bearing that in mind. A lot of good food that we all eat. Come on. It sucks. It's either high in carbs or really bad in cholesterol, or it's got something bad, or maybe it has a nitrate or a nitrite in it, or it has MSG, or some of you guys, we live in a different world today, so many people are affected by gluten and all this other stuff. I'm not, but I still need to be aware of it. So as healthy as I can be, I don't want to sacrifice taste. I'm going to cheat. Some areas will be great, but you'll see the dishes. We're trying to keep it as healthy as we can, but as delicious as possible, because that's what it's all about. I want to eat good dishes, and I want to enjoy the food. So A lot of the dishes we have will go great with macaroni. So that's why now you will hear me say shirataki noodles. And they make all different types: linguine, fettuccine, angel hair, capellini, regular spaghetti, and bow ties, all kinds of stuff. But they're plant based and they're beautiful. And I don't feel bloated after I eat macaroni. Right? Or like eating bread. And, as you get older, your body's metabolism changes. I immediately blow up. If I have a bagel in the morning, wait till later in the afternoon, I feel like somebody pumped me with hydrogen. My stomach gets hard, and I've got to watch it too. I don't want to be a dirigible, like the Michelin boy. I don't want to do. I don't want to be that way. So if I watch what I eat, if you guys watch what you eat, you can still have great dishes. So we're trying to put our twist on a lot of recipes, and with health, always with health in mind. And we can only do that to a point. We're cooking with the good oils. Avocado oil I cook with. I cook with coconut oil. And my favorite is olive oil, which has a smoke point of up to 410. And everything I'm cooking is 375 to 400. So I can use olive oil on a lot of stuff, on high heat and stuff. It works great. And avocado's good too. But the truth be known, avocado has absolutely zero taste. I use it and I cook with it. I have no problem. I'll cook with it. I won't put it in my salads because to me it no taste. I want to taste it, so I use olive oil. Olive oil is a great way to go. You can cook with coconut oil. That's great too. There's a really nice flavor, especially if it's seafood. Coconut and seafood go fabulous. Go fabulous. So, but that's what we've got coming up. So we're sticking to the health theme, and overall, some dishes are going to be ooey and gooey. Come on. I'm Italian. I love cheese, and there's a lot of cheese on some of these dishes. I hope you guys watched today, this morning, and if you didn't, check it out. We just put up a great video called Jensen Bros Seafood. It's in Dunedin, Florida. Man, the grouper sandwich that I had there, first time I ever had it, covered in melted cheese. I think it was Parmesan, out of this world. It was delicious. I think you like it. Devin, hey buddy, all the way from Ontario, Canada. Thanks for joining, bro. Thank you. And that grouper sandwich was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And that was Carver's Fish House, which is right next door to the wholesale retail operation. We did about an 18, 20-minute vid on them and talked with Carla Jensen, who is the owner's daughter. I'm telling you, they got a rock and roll operation over there, and they're doing very well. And they've got all kinds of fish. The fish is not the cheapest. But remember, where you going to buy triple tail, where you going to buy some of these other fish that are amberjack, you're not going to find that at Publix. You're not going to find triple tail, and not fresh like this. Absolutely not. It's going to be processed and everything. Oh, so Rob, thank you. You like that video. Listen, I had a blast. That video was so long, I had to edit it down. I didn't want to bore you guys to tears. I'll answer that question. Devin, hold that till we get to the end. You didn't hear that. I want to answer all questions near the end so I can get through some of the subject matter. But the grouper sandwich was great. The variety of seafood that I saw at Jensen's was just unbelievable. I had no idea. And the fact that they make a lot of stuff there. They'll fillet the fish. They get big amberjack. They cut it up. They make steaks. They get Norwegian salmon. I mean that's flown in every week fresh. It's not farm raised. It's all from the ocean. So that is really, really good. So when you see stuff like that, and there was just some unique fish there that I couldn't believe. They had lobster tails from South Africa. Who knew that Africa had lobster? Thank you. And that was an eye opener. So I just learned a lot, and they produced their own crab cakes there, so it was great. In fact, I have some crab videos coming up, and that's all I'll say. I don't want to let all the rest of it out now. I bought fresh lump crab meat from the claws, fresh crab meat. I buy it exclusively from Jensen Seafood. They're nestled in a really good community. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was the food was good. It's a cute little place, and it's a family run. I think they said they've been there for 13 years, and they just opened up Harvest Fish House about a year ago. And I was there prior to the video, but that was before I was on YouTube. So February 26th of this year, we debuted Fish Hook 19 at YouTube. That was our first video. And our subscriber list, guys, you guys are awesome. I am so happy. Johnny Buckets 49. How you doing, bro? Make sure, Johnny, forgive me if I don't know you guys, if I don't remember where everybody's from. But just list right after you say hello to me, and I appreciate that. Just list where you're from so everybody knows. We're covering the globe. We're in Ontario. We're all over the country right now, and I love this. I love it. And but you guys are the reason why I do what I do. My life and my wife's life is really being enlarged because they're friends with me. Now, for example, nobody knows who Brody is up there, but Brody's from Pittsburgh. They live in Gainesville. I met him and his dad on a charter boat. Trip out of Clearwater a 3 Saturdays ago. We had a blast, and look at that! I get to meet a great people. It's been awesome. And I met Bob today fishing. We had a blast. You just enlarge your life, and it's good, clean fun, and it's good camaraderie. And there's always contests. Who gets the biggest fish? Who catches the most? We talk tackle talk. It's just a fun thing. And that is not relegated only to guys of the male species. Absolutely not. This is for guys and girls, both sides of the fence. No matter what age you are, we can talk about the same things. And that's the beauty of this. That anybody is liable to catch a world record out there. Anybody's liable to catch a lunker fish when you least expect it, and from whom you least expect it. So that's the beauty of fishing, and I want to keep it that way. I like healthy competition, and the bottom line is we're having a blast. I always go out fishing. Daniel Scott, nice to have you. Let me know where you're from. And Johnny, you're from Athens, Alabama. Welcome. And guys, forgive me, but you guys are from all over, and I love it. I love having you on board. But that's the beauty of it. Like down in Alabama, there's great lakes that I want to go fishing down there. There's striper down there. I'm going to meet new people down there. Wherever we go, we meet folks, and we share something in common. Let's get out there. Let's brush from Wales. Nice to have you clean across the world. Hey, thanks for joining us. We got Ontario, Canada, and we got people from all over the world joining in. So we appreciate all you guys. I love the world of fishing. I'm still like a little kid inside. I'm sure a lot of you guys relate to this, and girls. I get so pumped up when I hear reports. Hey, the fish are hitting here. This is what, oh man, I'm chomping at the bit. I can barely sleep, and I want to get up early in the morning, get my coffee at McDonald's. I do that every morning, and then I go and I either get my boat or I get my waders on. But it's a blast. I'm having a blast doing it, and I'm just can't wait to get out there and start catching fish. I'm happy to catch fish. Would I like a lunker? Everybody likes lunkers. Everybody likes to catch them. Everybody wants drag, screaming action. That's the excitement, yeah. I've got a video in the making called a compilation video. It's of about 3 or 4 trips. And Daniel, you didn't know, but hold all your questions. If you guys don't mind, I want to answer them. I really do. Let's just wait to the end of the broadcast. I'll only be a little bit more, and then I'll tell you, shoot me the questions because I want to answer them. But when you go out on a boat, me and my wife we went on 3 or 4 different trips, and then a couple of them, my friends, They were kind of mediocre days, but we did catch fish, but it wasn't worthy enough for a video by itself. Because I'm not just going to slap any old thing in front of you guys. I'm not satisfied with it. It's not good enough for me. It ain't good enough for you. I want to put something with some content so you guys can jump in through the screen and say, man, I felt like I was next to you fishing. That's the point we want to get across, is to do everything that's realistic and really what the truth about fishing. I want you to know. I want you to kind of feel our feeling. So I got this compilation video coming in. It's coming along pretty good. We've got one where I had Amy take the wheel and follow. We had some 3 times that day, behemoths just peel and drag. And let me tell you, I had my drag cranked down and zzz, I couldn't stop it. Couldn't stop it for nothing. But that's exciting, man, just seeing that. So those experiences, man, they're priceless. Absolutely priceless. Well, we've got quite a bit of fishing planned. I'll be here for 2 weeks. We tried the flats today, and that won't be the only time, but we got our feet wet. There were a couple of reds caught and little stuff caught. And there was another party of 4 guys that came in after us while we were fishing, and they only caught a couple of fish between all of them. So it was an off day in that particular location. Nonetheless, we had a blast. And as I alluded earlier, learning how to read the water. Oh my goodness, you could see bait. You know how to see if you're looking at the water, you could see little dimples and then sometimes a V or like um, a big pot of fish. And you just see a slight little disturbance and it's moving. That's a school of fish underneath. And like here, it's mullet a lot of time or blue runners. Or schools of pinfish or whatever, and they stay close to the surface. And then all of a sudden, we saw like blue runners. They were about 6 inches and just running and jumping out of the water, jumping out of the water, jumping out of the water like a frog, because I think a school of jacks were after them. They were really running for their life, but it was really Devin, nice to have you. I appreciate you being a fan of that, and keep looking at the videos. And guys, you guys are from all over the world. Please do me a great favor. Send me pictures via the Gmail. Let me put that in right now. What my Gmail address is, and I want to put it up on our Instagram page. Did I do that right? Okay. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to put it in right now. It's Fishbook 2019. I can't type worth a flip, so you got to forgive me. There you go. Please send me your pictures. Don't worry about it. I can edit it. If they're not clear, I'll do the best I can, and I'll get it up on Instagram. I want to post it in your name and how you got it. Anything you want to say about it. I want to fill up Instagram. I belong to a lot of hip sites, and I want everybody to see our world is bigger than just right here in front of my 2 eyes. But that's the world of fishing. That's what we do. I've got skunked so many times, but skunked in one way. Maybe didn't catch a fish, but I'm learning technique. I'm learning how to work my lures. I'm learning how to mend my line if I'm doing fly fishing. Or I'm working my boat in rough seas or something. I'm learning things. And all of that, put that all together, gives you experience. Fishing off of a jetty gives you great experience, how to cast, how to work the drift. There's so many aspects of fishing. It's awesome. And we're not going to do it in 1 hour meeting. It's not going to happen, but there's just so many things to learn. I like drift fishing. I like working a current to my advantage. So what you would do, let's say you've got a live bait, for example, or you're doing chunk bait. You want to cast all the way upstream and work, keep it in a lifelike manner in the water so it goes with the flow. Because fish don't go against the current unless they're being chased and they're running erratic. But if it goes with the current, it's lifelike. You stand a great chance of getting a hookup. So you want to take a lot of things in consideration: shadows, color of the water, determining what color of lure you're going to do artificial, or how you're going to fish your lure. There's just a lot of stuff. And none of this is learned in one outing. Do a little at a time. And then, like today, I was talking to one of the guys today, and like I want to go to some of the beaches here. We're going to be doing some surf fishing. I love surf fishing. And you can do it one of two ways. You can fish really close inshore and use smaller rods. I'm talking 8 foot or less. Or you can get your 10, 11 foot rods or 9 foot rods and do surf casting. Cast out big plugs or maybe big bait, live bait or big chunk bait. Doing like, with a drop down rig. There's so many different ways to approach fishing. So just want to let you know, we'll talk about each one as depending on what fishing I do that particular day, I'll discuss that a little bit more in detail and try to post some pictures of, I fished in major storms and it was ballistic the amount of fish we caught. And there's been other days when the fishing shut off like a light, like shut the light switch. No rhyme or reason. We fished a lake in Tennessee one time where I went to the backside of the dam, and at that point it was in Percy Priest Lake in Hermitage, Tennessee, and it was about 135 feet deep behind the dam wall. They were stacked with fish from the width of the dam, top to bottom. It was a wall of fish. We trolled that thing back and forth 4 times. No matter what live bait, artificial, no matter what we put, no matter where we were in the column, zilch. What are you going to do? You can't make them eat it. I like to get a reaction bite, but those things happen. So don't think, wow, I must be doing something wrong. No, you're not a fish. And that's why we call it fishing and not catching. I am fishing for a bite. I'm fishing, I'm trying to trick them. That's really what you do with artificial. So what are you going to do? But anyway, the flats we did today. Now I've got planned this week, tomorrow and Thursday. And if it goes good, I'll do it Friday too. We're going from the bridge off the Skyway Bridge here. Let me explain that to you for some of you guys that are not from Florida. Years back, I think a barge rammed into the Skyway Bridge, the long overpass over a section of Tampa Bay. Really long. And I mean, busted it. And a lot of people got killed. And school bus went in the water. It was a mess. But anyway, the rest of the bridge that was left up on either side, and had the big gap in the middle, they closed it off permanently, and they made them into fishing piers. Very smart idea to raise money to. It cost $12 to park on the bridge. But now they allow you to because they rebuilt a brand new bridge alongside it. But now that old bridge serves as a fishing pier, which is really nice. So a lot of people go bridge fishing here, and you'll see on YouTube, a lot of people now are catching grouper and they're catching snapper. And this is the season. It's wintertime, and they're coming in now for spawning, and the temperature of the water is bringing them back into shore. So we're going to be doing that, and we'll have grouper rigs on and knocker rigs on, Carolina rigs. A regular knocker rig, let me just say this for some of you guys. I know I'm using terms and everybody's saying, probably wondering, what's he talking about, a knocker rig? A knocker rig is you've got your line. I fish with braid. I'll put a swivel on, and then I'll have my leader, maybe 3 or 4 feet, maybe even 5 foot. It's usually going to be about 3 foot. That's what I'll keep. And say if I'm fishing, let's say 50-pound braid, I'm going to have at least, for grouper, they're really cautious. So I like to go equal or more on my leader. But in this case here, I'm probably going to do somewhere between 25 to 30 pound, maybe 40. I don't want to spook the fish. I want to be very, very invisible if I can. And then I'll have on that leader, I'll have a 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3, 4, 6, whatever I need, depending on the strength of the current. And I'll slide on a barrel sinker that has the hole through it. And then I'll tie on probably a number 4, number 5 circle hook. And I'll put either a live pinfish or cut bait. And what I'll do is that weight will slide, the swivel will stop it at one end, and the that'll stop my bait from spinning. The swivel will take the action, and we'll keep it lifelike. And then that will keep the bait down to the bottom. And then I'll give it a little slack. But what'll happen is, let's say it's live pinfish or a live grunt, the little grunts that is. It's able to swim with nothing against it, and it only can go as long as the leader, then the swivel will stop it. So I want to keep it in close proximity to the bottom of the water column, near the bottom, because that's where the grouper and the snapper are going to be, on the bottom. And if you find out they're up a little higher, you can use another dropper rig where you have, it's like a T. If you guys don't know how to tie the T knots, or I forget, they're like dropper loop knots. You can just take a T. You can put maybe a foot section, 2 foot, depending on where they are in the water column at the bottom. You can put your weight on there like a bank sinker or something, which is good. Just make a loop knot and then just put the bank sinker on, fill it through, and then pull it around it. This way you can change sinkers on the fly if you want, without cutting and having to retie. And you make that a lesser gauge, like 10 pound or 15 pound, that if you get hung up, you break that, lose that, don't lose your whole rig. And then you could set a couple of T's, separate them depending on the height of the structure on the bottom, on the height of the weeds or whatever. And then you could tie off your T's. You don't want to go really far out. And you could put a length of line, mono or fluorocarbon, whatever you want, and you put a hook and live bait or chunk and just let it sit there, and it'll be suspended off the bottom. That's a dropper rig. So it all depends on where the fish are in the column. Generally speaking, I use the knocker rig a lot because, look, the fish, if it's a live fish, he's going to want to swim up. He knows he doesn't want to be around any of those groupers or those snappers, so he's going to fight for his life and go up. I want to keep it as close as possible, and sometimes I'll be fishing, I'll lift the rod up. That's going to force the weight to go all the way to the hook where the bait is. Up, pick it up, control the pinfish or the grunt, and then I'll let it down. And when that comes down, it's going to pull the pinfish right down, hopefully right in the area where there's a nice, delicious grouper or a slurpy snapper over there that you want to catch. And then listen, the minute you catch those with the circle hook, you don't have a J hook here. Don't yank your rod. Don't do that. You'll pull right out of his mouth. You want him to swallow it, and immediately you feel the bite. You raise your rod. Not jerk the rod. You raise the rod and start reeling like a maniac. And you've got to hold it because, look, I'm telling you, when a grouper hits a good one. I caught a nice one on the boat. Brody knows this. It was like about a couple inches shy of legal. It's killing me to throw him back in, but I had to do it. I reeled up really fast because these fish are not stupid. A big snapper or a big grouper is going to immediately, look, he's probably been hooked 100 times before. And immediately he's going to dive under a rock, under a structure, and in an effort to let that line get cut off. So you've got to pull him up out of his nearby hiding place. And then he's in open water. You just reel him up because he's going to be dogging you. He's going to be dogging you. Those grouper and big snapper, they fight like horses. I can't wait to get into them. I hope I get into them this week. You guys will be seeing it on a video. So that's how you would do a lot. There's a lot of different types of bottom fishing. That's not the only one. There's all different types of weights, all different types of setups. By noon, this is probably one of the most common ways. And a Carolina rig would be taking that weight and putting it on the braid side of the swivel and have no weight over there so that the fish can take it and swim anywhere he wants. And the weight will be down there on the bottom. That's just other ways of doing it. There's so many different ways. Sometimes, if let's say I'm fishing for redfish or snook, and I know they're hiding under a dark piling, and I want to stay right to the bottom, instead of the swivel, I'll just take a hook. I'll put a weight, or I'll put another barrel weight, or just like a knocker rig, but no swivel. Just throw it right up underneath it, real quick. Just pitch it underneath there to keep it down there, like with a shrimp, and keep tight to the weight, and have them pick it up and nail them. And I've caught many a red and many a snook that way. So there's quite a bit of different ways of doing it. And then the other way is obviously the boat. This trip, I'm going to put my boat in Tampa Bay, and there's the grouper and the snapper are starting to show up near the shipping channels. That's the main one that goes underneath the Skyway Bridge, where all the big container ships come in, and that's trenched out probably 60 feet deep. If you start to scour it, you need electronics. You need good fishing electronics, and you're going to want to start moving around and mark your points. And if you mark them accordingly, you'll see hard bottom, and then what you want to see, because it'll look like all flat hard bottom, one color, and then you'll start to see clumps here and there. A lot of times, you got to have your someone who's knowledgeable with you show you this, or I will do a video on my boat to show you the different types of bottoms. And when you see the clumps, those are like rock piles. Yeah, those are the places you want to drop down and see if they're hiding, because they want structure. These are ambush fish. They're ambush predators. They ambush their prey. They just dart out, bam, catch a prey and come back and hide it. Just like cats do, big cats do in Africa. They hide, they ambush. So they hide in the weeds. These dudes hide in the rock piles, or structure, like a wreck or a dock piling. This is structure. Same thing with like sheep's head. Sheep's head, oh man, it's another good fish. And they fight like crazy, these things. They're great eating too, but if you go out in deeper water and you find some wrecks, some rock piles, they're there. They're out there, and their skin is like armor. It's like iron, and it's so the scales are big, tough as nails. But there's a cool way to fillet them that you don't really have to cut through hardly any of that, and I'll show you how to do that. And then that's with that. And then we're hopefully going to plan another charter before I leave here. Amy and I, we want to go back out to Clearwater, because I'm telling you that Queen charter was really good. That was well worth going, and we'll try to get better footage for you than that. We're going to use 2 GoPros on that one over there, and hopefully it'll be a lot better. So those are the things that we got planned, and in between all of that, I'm doing my cooking videos, because not every day am I actually going out fishing. So, and then I do the cooking videos after that. And then I ordered about a month ago, I ordered a new GoPro 8. I had to go on a waiting list. It shipped to me last week, but I'm not using it until, I thought this was crazy at GoPro. They ship it out, and then all the accessories won't be available to order till December, which was ridiculous. They're doing it a little different. I like that. I want to see how they come up. There's some cool things I want to see them get accomplished. The side door to the GoPro 8 they made a better place where they put the battery in, and where the media outlet is much better. But the problem is you got to expose the whole door. If you look at some of these videos on the GoPro reviews, that's an issue, and I'm sure a third party or GoPro is going to come up with a new ingenious way where there's a little opening without exposing to the elements the battery compartment. That's a problem. You don't want moisture getting into a $400 camera. Absolutely not. I don't put it underwater, not when I shoot with it like that. I use I have a 3 black, which is excellent. I do a lot of video with that, but that one's going to be now my underwater camera from now on. I'm going to use that, or when I get a drone, I might put it in the drone. I'm not sure how all that's going to shake out. But the GoPro 8 is real nice. The image stabilization is the 2.0 Hyper Smooth is 4 times better than the Hero 7. And the Hero 7 is out of this world, the image stabilization. And I shoot with that a lot. Like today, we shot only with the Hero 7. And that stabilization is fabulous. The 8 is quadruple that. I saw a test done on it, world of difference. I could not believe the test and how well the 8 outperformed the 7 GoPro. So it was really good. But I'm real happy with the GoPro and the medium mode. It's another case. They came up with a very ingenious way. They have another case, and in the looking at it, if you look in front of the camera, in the left top corner, they got it built into the corner a mic for even more pickup. So this might eliminate the need for me to put my little energy mic, and that's been a fabulous mic. So I want to see how well that picks up, and the pickup in the actual camera. I think they added another speaker. It's supposed to pick up way better, and I saw a test done on that, and I thought it was very remarkable and very real to life. So there's some cool things, and they put 2 of the shoe mounts on the top and on the side where you can mount a light, or they even have now available a flip screen with if let's say the subject now can see themselves, very, very nice. It's not really a flip screen, it's a fixed screen, but it can go into a hot shoe on the top. So that's something altogether new. They quirks that they came out to compete against Garmin, not Garmin, the wow, my mind's going blank. DJ Osmo, the Osmo camera that has the front thing, and I wish they did have that built into the camera where the subject can see themselves. But having that screen on top, it's another, probably a $79, I think it is, option to buy. My medium mode is $79, and I've got that on. They're going to notify me when it's ready, and they'll ship it to me. So I got to wait till December, another month and a half. So I'm really waiting before I get really wet with that Hero 8. I'm going to wait till I get it all together, and then it goes in as one piece in there. But I don't think you guys will be disappointed at $399. And then obviously, as the year goes on, you'll get some deals somewhere. If you trade in an old one and you don't want it anymore, and it's really not performing, just make a difference what condition. They'll give you $100 off the newest one out there. So that's a good way to get rid of old, dilapidated GoPros if you need to do that. So now we've been on 48 minutes. If I want to look at some questions here. All right, Daniel Scott asked me, "What's your favorite?" I don't know where this comes from, but I love it. What's my favorite way to cook eggs? Well, that's a good question. I love eggs. I have no problem. I have no dairy allergies. So first, I love my eggs once over medium. I like my yolks soft and all the white cooked. I like them not sunny side up, but facing up. Now, I love omelets too, and I don't do it like you see a lot of places. When they'll cook their eggs, they'll make the eggs only, and then let's say you want a cheese omelet and you want mushroom with it. Then, once the omelet's made, they'll put the cheese and the onion on it, and then just flip the omelet over. And it looks like a taco. That's not an omelet. That's not an omelet. I went to Waffle House one time, and I said, "Listen, can you do it this way?" "Oh, you want an old-fashioned omelet?" I said, "What do you mean old-fashioned? Is that the way you make an omelet?" "Well, the way I do it, and maybe you guys do this, I don't know. Whatever your ingredients are, like me, it's always going to be cheese, and I love mushroom especially. So let's say it's cheese and mushroom. In my bowl with my eggs, once I mix it, I always pour a little bit of milk in it because it makes it more fluffy. I throw my ingredients in there too. The cheese, shredded cheese, whatever I have. Usually it's shredded mozzarella or cheddar, and then I'll put my cut up mushrooms. I whisk it all together, and it's all uniformly built into the mixture. throw it in there. Now that's an omelet. That's my version of an omelet. That's what I consider a finished product. So that's how I like my eggs. Now, I watched the video with Gordon Ramsay on how he did scrambled eggs. Now, I'm not a scrambled egg guy at all, but I like what he did, and I've tried that. And I've made scrambled eggs quite a few times like this. He made gourmet style. In 3 minutes, he made the eggs. I love it. So whenever I do scrambled, I have at least 3 eggs or 4 eggs. So he put them in a say you got a little 4-quart or 3-quart little stock pot with a handle. Um, I cut up my butter, and I use now the Irish butter or organic butter. I'm usually pretty liberal on the butter. I get it to melt a little bit. I have a medium high flame. Nothing, a medium really. I don't even want to go high because it cooks the eggs too fast. And what I'll do is I'll have a nice spatula with me, a small one, and I'll use a wooden spoon. I don't want to make scrapes in the pot. And I'll stir it around right there. I drop my eggs in there, break the yolk, and just start stirring it around. I do it for about a minute. Take it off the flame. I'm still stirring it. Then I'll add a little bit of water, and I'll take a minute to do that. Then I'll put it back on the flame, and I'll stir it, and then I'll add my ingredients, my salt, pepper, my seasonings, and maybe if I want, I like cheese, so I'll put cheese on it, and just mix it up, mix it up. After about mine lasts a little more than that, 4 minutes. You could start seeing it solidify a little bit, but you gotta keep stirring it. And I have those baking spatulas. I just scrape the sides all the way around, and I keep it in there, and I just keep mixing it out, mixing it around. Then I take it off, and as soon as it gets that creamy consistency, almost like liquid Jello, let me tell you, it's creamy. It looks luscious. It looks like velvety. That's totally revolutionized scrambled eggs for me. So if I do my scrambled eggs, I can do them real fast in 3 or 4 minutes, and it doesn't make a difference what size it is. The key is to keep it moving. Keep your stirring all the time, on and off the flame. It's beautiful. And so that's how I do my eggs. Now, let me see. Devin, he's not on. He had to get off. And he's from the Wales. I can't believe this. Am I a fan of braised short ribs? You better believe that. And braising is the way to go. Love short ribs. One afternoon, my wife and I believe it was a Sunday. I told my wife, let's go. I want to do something. I want to cook up something fresh. So we went out and we bought short ribs. Oh my goodness. We put them in a nice, the equivalent of a Dutch oven. Heated that. It didn't take us long. It was out of this world, and we had a feast. We were like little piggies. But I love braised short ribs. You can braise a lot of meat. I like braising. Braising is real good. Now, Devin also asked, he was out hunting weasels. Have you ever killed a weasel? No, I haven't. That's a really good question. I've hunted all small game. Went deer hunting, moose. We got a moose. I didn't kill it. My buddy did. The whole 4 years I lived in Alaska, I brought 2 guns with me when I went there from New York. Never shot my guns the first time. I had a friend of mine, Gary Twig, talked me into bow hunting to try it. He taught me the correct way to shoot a bow, and I use a recurve, a takedown recurve, and I'm sold on that. I got so much into it that I bought a fletching jig. For you guys that are bow hunters, you know what that is, and I still have it. I have 1932nd shafts. These are cedar shafts from Myrtle Point, Oregon. I bought a whole box full. I still got a majority of them. They're straight as an arrow, no pun intended. I got M3 broadheads that I sharpen, and I've got feathers, and I got my knocks, and I glued them on, and the fletching jig is where it actually puts the feather in a curved position on your arrows. It's so much fun to do, and I really got into it. And the way I learned on the bow hunting, I actually went in the woods, never hit a target in my life, never went to an archery range, with rubber blunts, and we practiced. And let me tell you, I killed a flying squirrel. We have flying squirrels in Alaska on these tall pines, and I'm laying almost on my back, leaning backwards on my knees, and I got him midair when he was jumping from one tree to the other. I and another exciting hit. We were in Kenai, Alaska. My friend Willie Pomeroy and I from Eagle River, and we went snowshoe hare hunting. These are big snowshoes, these hares, and they call them like snowshoes. These are huge, like big jackrabbits, but they're snowshoe hares. And the snow down there was 2 feet thick or something, maybe a little bit more in the bush. And I got a big hare right through the head with rubber blunts. Went into the ground, and you could see him kicking. So he finally died. We gutted him, and unfortunately, we were going to take him home to eat, but he had a big old tumor on him. Willie showed me that, and that's where you learn a lot. But I did a lot of that hunting there, and we caught a moose one night. Gary went out moose hunting right near my house. We pulled, and we got a lottery ticket to go moose hunting, and we nailed one. I was out to 2 a.m. gutting that moose. That moose was so big. I sat on his rib cage. I'm 5'10", and my legs didn't even hit the ground. It was so big, and I could fit my whole arm all the way in his throat. His throat looked like a dryer hose. It was that big because you know what they eat. They literally eat twigs. Some of these twigs are 3/4 of an inch thick. They chew on them and they swallow it down this big circular esophagus. It's just amazing. And I had to keep, it was so cold that night, I had to keep my whole arms all the way up to my shoulders in the animal. I was covered in blood. Robert, make a video on those delicious eggs. Oh, yeah, I might do that for you. Yes. It was a great, if you guys want to see that, I'm not taking any of the credit for this. I really wanted it. I probably didn't explain it as good as I do it. I learned it from Gordon Ramsay. Look at it. One of his, just put Gordon Ramsay gourmet scrambled eggs. I'm telling you, I don't follow him and everything, but he's got some really good recipes. So you learn from people. But those eggs are out of this world. And every now and then, if I'm lazy and an omelet takes me more time to make, I like an omelet. I like it a little bit browned. I like a little bit of a crisp. That's just how I am. But those scrambled eggs are the bomb. It's over the top. They're that good. I'm telling you, they're really good. So let me see if there's any other questions. I'm reading it up. Hunting weasels. I don't know. If you guys have any other questions, please ask. But guys, I've had a blast. We've got a lot to do this week, but I will save that thing on the eggs. I want to do that, and I might even. I'm going to see how I can put a link here where I can do a little mini video and send it out, a little trailer that you could see really what it looks like. But they come out excellent, and I'm telling you, you really got to do this fast because if you're a little lazy or you will get a little slack, they'll get hard and then they're not creamy at all. And you want them real creamy, and that's what, if anything, I learned that from the videos from him. He really did good scrambled eggs. But man, we're at the hour mark. I don't see any other questions. Thank you so much, man, from Ontario to Wales, all over the nation. Guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys checking in. We'll be looking this weekend for another video. Hopefully on Friday, I'll get it out on fishing. Hopefully I'll get done with one of these compilation videos. And if we get any other really good surprises, I will definitely let you know. We're going to be checking out some more eating places. This is exciting. This really makes for a lot of time that I spend behind the camera, which I really enjoy doing it. So thanks so much for taking the time out. Look, everybody's busy. I don't know what time it is I know Knoxville, making smoked eggs from the Netherlands. Try that. Oh, nice. Smoked egg. Hey, listen, I love eggs. I'm up for Oh, Gordon Ramsay has cool ideas. These guys, I'm telling you, I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. From the Netherlands, I'll check it out. Smoked eggs. I think that's unique, and I like to try different things. But for you guys that are new to the channel, man, smash the subscribe button. Be part of it. I appreciate all the support. You guys are stinking awesome. I really am blessed to have so many subscribers. We're up to almost 1,170. It's growing. The comments are awesome. I really appreciate it. You guys have really been great with me. So thanks so much. That's all I can say is thanks because it's a blessing in my life. And I'm hoping to really make something out of a YouTube channel. So, but I need your help. And you guys are really stepping it up. So we're getting better and better at this. We're learning more and more stuff with our videos in an effort to give better quality videos. And there's so many more things that I'll be doing. So have a little patience, and we're getting there. But this has been awesome. I hope you guys are having a great week. And I will definitely see you this next Tuesday. And I hope the rest of the week goes well for all you guys. And be sure to send us emails of pictures or stories, anything you got. I want to post them on Instagram. I want to post it on Fishhook Instagram. Again, until next week, thank you. Have a great week, and we'll see you again. Bye. Yeah.